Good evening, everyone. This is Syed Rashid Hussain, Assistant Professor, Department of Marketing, School of Business and Economics, University of Management and Technology, Lahore. I have an honor to present my research work in front of this esteemed audience. The topic of my research is Role of Digital Media in Airport Brand Management, an Integrated Literature Review. So I feel really honored and proud that the Gloserv has given me an opportunity to present my research work in their 12th annual conference in Volterra, Toscana, Italy. I was supposed to be among you guys, but somehow, unfortunately, my visa got delayed. And due to the delay in my visa, I was not able to come today, so I can present. Anyways, the Gloserv, as I said earlier, had given me this opportunity to do it online for you, do a recording, and you can listen to it. Along with me, Sumaira Syed, she is a lecturer in the Department of Marketing at University of Management and Technology, and Mr. Sajid Nadeem, he is a co-author for this research too. My contact is rashid.hussain@umt.edu.pk. So, moving on to the very first, the slide. Undoubtedly, the significance of services provided to travelers is highly important. The concept of competitive service delivery has become more significant and important when it deals with the travelers using airline industry. Airport services remain important due to the ever-increasing traveling trends and increase in airline industry with both its number of fleet operators as well as expansion in the airport transport solution management services and companies. Besides the current increase of global trend in the tourism is primarily reason due to the both budget accommodation like Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, and many others, as well as the budget airlines, EasyJet, AirAsia, and many other airlines, as these have also put a significant amount of pressure on airport management services to match the needs of the travelers and also to be a first choice of airline. This further enhances the competitiveness and the leadership of the airports. This is the most recent area of study and brings a lot of advanced knowledge and tools to be implemented for providing unmatched services. Airports have started attracting the travelers as well as airline operators with highly effective marketing strategies, and every day they try to come up with something innovative, something new, just to attract more and more travelers. However, there had been a very little research that is being done in airport brand management through digital media. So that's what basically the first slide, when we look at this paper is going to discusses the role of digital media marketing for airport brand management. The research arguments were developed through extensive literature review to come up with a holistic and systematic perspective on this particular topic. So relevant peer review literature from the last 6 years has been selected for our research, specifically for service branding, social media marketing, aviation, and tourism marketing research disciplines. On the basis of that extensive literature review, a conceptual model has been developed, which I am going to show you later on the slides. So, moving on from abstract to an introduction, this is a slide number 3. If may I request someone to assist me by going through from this slide. So as I'm traveling, so I don't have all those multimedia instruments with me, else I could have presented it far better. So I hope you're understanding for that. So digital media platforms. So these are the platforms that has revolutionized the marketing. It has engaged the customers, the sellers in a way that they all come to one point. Airport brands in respect to that, think it as a customers and stakeholders' perception of airport services and offerings, whatever they can provide to their travelers, and a certain experience that the customers or the travelers can have during their travel while using those airports. So airport brands primarily aim to differentiate themselves with their competitors and increase the customer loyalty. So moving on, we all know that aviation industry is a service-oriented industry. Despite of the highly volatile nature of the aviation industry, it is still one of the fastest growing industry in the world. So it has been increased, the profitability for airline industry has been increased over the last 5 years very significantly. So airport commercialization worldwide started in 1970s. It's an early time when the airports were primarily managed by public entities. The governments were primarily responsible to manage the airports and all the activities which were going on there. However, in 90s, due to the intense competition, the airports started privatized, and then there are many private airports which came on, and they have started providing the services to different airlines. So it has been significantly increased in 2000, that there were many private jet airlines as well as many private commercial and private airports came into existence. So when we talk about it, so there are certain areas, there are certain things which we primarily focus. In digital media marketing, the most important component, so digital media marketing is one main construct, and this main construct is being developed by having different variables in it. So there are different variables which are making digital media marketing construct. So the first one is social media networks. Consumers today use social media networks for enormous amount of time. Social media is also called consumer-generated media, as the content on these platforms is uploaded by its users primarily and not by the websites. And the widespread popularity of technologies such as smartphones, high-speed internet, and the advent of all these social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these, so have taken a big role or played a big role in revolutionizing the whole social media. So globally, the airports have also started using social media platform for communication. Like I said, in today's global and competitive marketplace, social media has gained a wide acceptance. So now it is no more possible that we leave social media on a side as a marketer and try to do it in sort of an isolation. So we need to be as effective on social media as we could be effective on our traditional means and mode of marketing. The biggest advantage of social media that it can easily connect the consumers with the brands, and this enables brands to develop a deeper relationship with its customers. And vice versa, the users, the customers can effectively influence the social media communication as well. So organization, that's why trying to engage their customer constantly, continuously. On the basis of all this, came up with the problem statements. And the problem statement was primarily when you look at the slide of a problem statement, it says, airports now increasingly seek to diversify their businesses with the growth of airports and air travel. More commercial opportunities are arising which the airport management can exploit. So the customer base is no more limited. So there are travelers, millions of travelers who are traveling in a month, in a day, through those airports. Some are using it for transit, some are using it as their final destination. There are retail stores which have opened up. There are, the concept of all those duty-free stores which started operating on airports, and besides those public managed duty-free airports, now there are many privately managed duty-free shops and stores which are being there. While understanding this problem statement, so we came up with a research gap, and we have identified it, that many researches which we have done through our literature review have studied competitive advantage, productivity, efficiency, and airport ownership model to evaluate the performance of the airports, but very few have focused on airport marketing, especially airport brands. So this is something that we want to explore in this paper. There had been extensive literature review which is being done, and if I may allow to skip it for the purpose of saving a time, because I could not upload more than a 15-minute YouTube video. So you can go through it. I'll be joining you hopefully in a day or two in a conference. Right now I'm traveling. As soon as I join you, we can definitely talk about it more in detail and discuss about it. So while taking it forward, I would just come to the propositions. The propositions, those were being developed based on this literature review. Proposition 1 was the quality of airport brand management will have a positive correlation with airport spending on digital media marketing. Proposition 2 of our research says the quality of airport brand management will have a positive correlation with the combined outcome of managing public relations, airport's role in tourism development, ethical use of customer data, and airline co-branding. Proposition number 3 says successful digital media marketing leads to airport brand management that result in better customer satisfaction, innovative services, brand leadership, competitive advantage, and airport profitability. And the last proposition, proposition number 4, is national culture, passenger age, education and literacy level, and prior travel experience has a moderation effect in the proposed relationship between digital media marketing and airport brand management. Now, when we're looking at the conceptual framework, it tells us that the digital media marketing is a one, like all these 4 propositions are given in this paper, and the digital media marketing is the main construct which has different variables: social media marketing, mobile devices and apps, online word of mouth, the websites and the emails. And then the airport brand management can positively manage their public relation with the help of social media marketing, mobile devices, online word of mouth. The same applies to tourism development, ethical use of customer data, and airline co-branding. Eventually, ultimately, it leads to the final outcome that the airport brand management would be able to come up with an innovative services, the profitability for an airports, airport brand leadership, customer satisfaction, and competitive advantage. Conclusion which comes: this study investigated the role of digital media marketing. Airport face a continuous pressure from airlines, stakeholders, so they need to be competitive. So this is something which is going to help us in order to understand. There are certain limitations of the paper. The paper did not use any empirical data to report findings. However, extensive literature review has been done to develop different models which can be tested in further. Future directions: the presented conceptual model shall be empirically tested in future. Conciseness, clarity, future orientation, stability, challenge, abstractness, and desirability or ability to inspire shall be considered as important attributes to be analyzed with respect to airport brand management. Halpin in 2012 suggested investigation of the relevancy of different social media platforms to achieve certain objectives: customer services, crisis management, and corporate communication. Martin, Domingo, and Martin in 2016, they suggested also the impact of social media, especially Facebook and Twitter, on travel and tourism industry needs to be investigated, as airports are not using these platforms to run their marketing campaigns. Thank you very much for the patience. And again, I'm extremely sorry for not being able to deliver it personally, being there. But I think that it is one of the most recent and advanced area to work upon. I would love to work with you guys. If somebody has an interest to work on this, my email address is given. So again, I thank you very much for your attention and see you. Thank you. Goodbye.